G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel. Here's my latest update on Project Iconoscope Mark II, which is what I'm going to for now on call my next lot of videos on this reconstruction of my Iconoscope camera. So this is what I've been doing lately. I've been working on the lens system for this camera. I've decided to go ahead with the telescope rack focusing adjustment piece and convert it into a rackable lens focusing system for my Iconoscope camera. So what I've done was I've cut off what I don't want of the rack focuser, and I've bolted it down onto a piece of wood and arrow dotted it inside of the Iconoscope cradle. I've cut one end of the turn adjustment, and the other end I've extended the thread by adding a nut and another threaded rod, and super glued and arrow dotted it together so it won't come loose. And of course, I'm using for the adjustment wheel, I'm using the original adjustment wheel for the telescope. And I mounted the lens onto a piece of plastic, and I used the hood of the telescope as a lens hood to prevent spurious light coming in from unwanted light coming to the Iconoscope tube, just whatever it's focusing on at the front. I've arrow dotted that to the adjustment piece here, and as you can see, it works quite nicely, so I can adjust the focus without too much hassle. In my old Iconoscope make, I had the lens at the front, and I pretty much had to sort of like manually move it forward and back with my hand, and I had to look at the screen and adjust it till I got it in focus. This way it's so much easier and so much more neater, to my opinion. Yeah, this turn knob will actually be on the outside of the enclosure, so I'm going to drill a hole in the enclosure, put the threaded rod through, and screw this on at the outside. Now, what I'm going to do next is stick a piece of rod underneath the other end of the piece of plastic holding the lens, so it's got something smooth and slick to rest on, and it's not sagging down to the bottom, so it can easily slide along the rod. I'm also going to cover up the negative space here, so we don't get the spurious light going to the tube. And of course, I'm going to be cutting a hole in the front panel to accommodate for the lens, and make it as light proof as possible too. Anyway, I'm really happy how this has all worked out. I have measured it so the lens is about centered to the Iconoscope photosensitive plate, which is roughly about 32 to 40 millimeters up. I made about 35, 36-ish. Now, also I've been working on the top cover of the enclosure as well. I've added some foam lining to the doors of it. As you can see, this is to further block out light, so there's no light going through the gap. And I also added some supports on the on the base of the enclosure so that the top cover don't sag down when I put it on there to screw it up. Anyhow, this camera's coming along quite nicely, and yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much about it. Stay tuned for the next video when I've made some further updates with Project Iconoscope Mark II. This is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel, signing out.